You did your research. You watched the videos, read the forums, maybe even visited a breeder. You thought you knew what you were getting into. But here's the thing. Bengal cats have a way of humbling even the most prepared cat owners. There are things that simply don't show up in the highlight reels. Things that'll make you laugh, lose sleep, and question a few of your life choices. Stick around, because by the time we get to number 1, you'll see exactly what I mean. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. The energy is real. Let's start here, because this is where most people get their first reality check. You've seen Bengals described as active and playful. What that actually means is, your cat will be running laps around your apartment at 2 a.m. like it's training for something. It's not a phase. It doesn't mellow out after a few months. Bengals have a baseline energy level that would exhaust most dogs. If you're someone who wants a cat that naps on the couch all day, a Bengal will genuinely confuse you. They need movement, stimulation, and engagement every single day. And what happens when they don't get it? That's where number 9 comes in. Number 9. Mischief has a motive. Here's what nobody warns you about. A bored Bengal doesn't just sit there. They find things to do, and their ideas are rarely aligned with yours. Clearing shelves, unrolling entire toilet paper rolls, opening cabinets, knocking over your water glass while making direct eye contact. This isn't random chaos. It's a cat that needed more stimulation and decided to create its own. Once you understand that the mischief is basically a communication tool, it changes how you respond to it. The fix isn't punishment, it's engagement, which leads perfectly into something most people don't expect: just how smart these cats actually are. Number 8. The intelligence is unsettling. People say cats are smart. Bengal cats are operating on a different level entirely. They watch you. They figure out patterns. They learn how doors work, how latches move, where you keep the treats. One of the first things many Bengal owners notice is that their cat has already reverse-engineered the household routine within the first few weeks. They'll know exactly when you usually feed them, where you typically sit, and which behaviors get your attention fastest. It stops being cute and starts being a little eerie. But here's the upside. That intelligence means they can actually be trained. More on that in a minute. First, let's talk about where they like to spend most of their time. Number 7. Everything is a climbing frame. The floor is basically irrelevant to a Bengal. Countertops, bookshelves, the top of the refrigerator, the highest point in any room. That's where they want to be. And they will get there, whether you've made it easy or not. If you don't give them vertical space intentionally, cat trees, wall shelves, climbing structures, they'll improvise with whatever you own. This isn't a quirk. It comes directly from their wild ancestry. Bengals are descended from Asian leopard cats, which are naturally arboreal. Height equals safety and control in their instinctual wiring. So either design your space around that reality, or watch your kitchen become a jungle gym. Either way, they're going up. Number 6. Water doesn't scare them. Most cat owners are used to a pet that treats water like a personal threat. Bengals are different, sometimes fascinatingly so. A lot of them are genuinely drawn to water. Dripping faucets, full bathtubs, even the shower while you're in it. Some owners report their Bengal hopping into the tub before the water drains. Others find their cat trying to fish things out of the sink. It's not universal, but it's common enough that you should prepare for it. Running water fountains tend to be a big hit, both because they prefer moving water and because the sound and movement give them something to interact with. It's one of those quirks that's endearing until they're ankle-deep in your bath. Number 5. They have a lot to say. Bengals are vocal, not in the subtle, occasional way of most cats. In the persistent, conversational, I will follow you from room to room narrating this kind of way. They chirp, trill, yowl, chatter at birds through windows, and produce sounds that honestly don't resemble anything you'd expect from a domestic cat. Some of it is demand-based. They want food, attention, or access to something. But a lot of it is just communication. They're telling you about their day. They're commenting on what you're doing. Once you learn to read their different sounds, it becomes a real back and forth. New owners are often caught off guard by the sheer volume and frequency. It's not a problem. It's just a conversation you didn't know you were signing up for. Number 4. Training actually works. This is the one that surprises people most. Bengals can be trained in ways that feel more like dog ownership than cat ownership. Sit, high five, fetch, come when called. These aren't party tricks reserved for exceptional cats. With consistent positive reinforcement and a Bengal's natural food motivation and curiosity, you can teach them real commands. In fact, training sessions serve double duty. They provide mental stimulation, and they deepen the bond between you and your cat. The key is keeping sessions short, positive, and reward-based. Bengals lose interest in repetition quickly, so variety matters. If you haven't started training your Bengal yet, honestly, start. It changes the dynamic of ownership in the best possible way. Number 3. The bond goes deep. For people used to stereotypically independent cats, a Bengal's attachment can feel surprising, almost overwhelming at first. These cats pick their people and they mean it. They'll follow you from room to room, wait outside the bathroom, greet you at the door. It's not clinginess exactly, it's more like loyalty. They want to be involved in what you're doing. They want proximity. Some Bengals are selective about who they warm up to, but once that bond is formed, it's remarkably consistent. The flip side of this is that they don't do well with long stretches of isolation. If you're away for extended periods regularly, a Bengal without companionship, another cat, a dog, adequate enrichment, will feel it. That connection cuts both ways. Number 2. Exercise is non-negotiable. This isn't about playing with a wand toy for 10 minutes before bed and calling it done. Bengals need real, sustained physical and mental exercise to stay balanced. Owners who underestimate this often end up dealing with destructive behavior, excessive vocalization, or a cat that seems perpetually unsettled, because that's exactly what's happening. Interactive play sessions, puzzle feeders, outdoor enclosures, leash training, these aren't optional extras for a Bengal. They're part of the baseline commitment. The good news is that a well-exercised Bengal is genuinely a joy to live with. Calm, affectionate, curious without being destructive. The difference between a stimulated Bengal and a bored one is dramatic, which brings everything full circle to the thing that ties it all together. Number 1. Ownership changes you. Here's the thing nobody tells you, because it sounds strange until you've lived it. Owning a Bengal will make you a more attentive, more intentional pet owner than you've ever been. They demand it. You can't be passive with a Bengal. You learn their moods, their triggers, their preferences. You start structuring your space and your routine around their needs. And at some point, you realize you've built a genuinely reciprocal relationship with an animal that keeps surprising you. They're challenging in ways most cats simply aren't. But they're also more present, more engaging, and more connected than most cats ever are. Once you've had a Bengal, it's hard to imagine going back. So guys, if you're already a Bengal owner, I'd love to know, which one of these hit closest to home for you? And if you're thinking about getting one, hopefully this gives you a clearer picture of what you're actually signing up for. Not to scare you off, but to make sure you go in ready. These cats give a lot, and they ask for a lot in return. If that sounds like your kind of relationship, drop a comment below. Like the video if it helped, and subscribe if you want more honest content about life with cats. See you in the next one.